Hi Sang, hi Frank. This is the first of a couple of videos I'm going to make for you on how to update your products and update all kinds of content on the website. I will provide you with a login that will get you into the back end, and this is what you'll see when you first get logged in. This is the part of the site that we call the dashboard. You can see that that's highlighted right here. This left-hand side in the black, this is your menu where you access different parts of the site, and this area off to the right, this light colored area, is where you're going to actually make the edits or changes. So most of what you're going to be doing is right down here in this products area. So you come right down here to products, click on that. When the products load, you'll see that you just have a big long list of all of the products on the site. Now, when I'm working with it, I like to come up here to the top and click on name. That will organize them all alphabetically for you. So once they're organized alphabetically, you can easily find whatever product it is that you're looking for in the list. In this case, we are going to look at Upbeat. So we come right down to Upbeat. I like to leave the products list open, and I right-click on the item and I click Open in a new tab here. And that way I've always got the products list open, and I can go back and forth from the product to the product list if I want to start working on something else. It also shows me, if I close this tab, what was the last one that I was working on. It's kind of a nice way to keep track. So if you're doing the same change to all of the products, you can, right click it, open it in a new tab. When you're done, you close it, you come back here, and you know that now the next one in the list that you're going to do is the Upbeat Women. So I'm going to show you a good number of things how to edit the product here. Most of it is fairly intuitive, but there are a lot of different places to find different items. Obviously right here is the name of the product, and that's what will show up right here as well as in the list view. Right over here is how you control what categories it's going to appear in. So yeah, climbing, commuting, men's, mountain biking, women's. You can click multiples of these, but that's how the filters work on the front end for which page these are going to show up on. Further down here, we've got the product data. So right here, it doesn't seem like you guys are really using the SKU capability, but you can if you want to assign SKUs. You would put that in right here. Then we have these tabs right here for the product data. So here under the shipping, we've got the weight and the dimensions. I can explain this more to you guys a little bit later, but I had to fudge these numbers just a little bit so that the shipping would work out well. So this weight is the shoe plus the box, because you don't ship it without the box. So that's those two combined is the average shoe weight plus the box weight. The dimensions, I just made them slightly smaller than the shoe box so that it would assign it the correct shoe box for the product. So that's those two items, weight and dimensions. Right down here is linked products, and that is what is the custom related products, and that's what's going to show up down here at the bottom. So if you want to change any of these, what they are, you can just, you click on this little X and it'll take it away. If you want to put it back in there, you just start typing. It needs at least 3 letters to start searching. So there, we can start assigning a shoe right there. Uprise men's we're going to do. So those are the 3 custom related products that we have. Right here under attributes, there's obviously a number of different things. So we've got color, and on this one we don't want to use toffee apparently. Just for clarity here, this is where I was getting the toffee from. We put this in quite a while ago. You're just now sending me those sheets that you sent me like a little over a week ago with different color names. I'm going to go ahead and change those, but please be aware this is where I'm pulling that stuff from and where I have been pulling it from. So yeah, any updates after this you'll need to make on your own. So to change this from toffee to something else, we need to get rid of that. We need to come right over here and we're going to say add new. And up here where it gives us a place for a new name, we're going to say brown. We'll hit OK. It gives us brown now as a color. We're going to go ahead and save those attributes. Now right down here on the variations gallery, we no longer have toffee as an option, so we're going to remove this. We're going to come up here. We're going to pick brown. We're going to go ahead and add it. And now we've got a brown. And so now we're going to come here and we're going to select the gallery image that should show up for that. We're going to scroll down here. Here they are. So it does them in the order that you add them. So we obviously don't want to do this one first. We want this one to be the featured shoe. We're going to click that. We're going to hold down the Shift key so that it selects multiples. We've got all 5 of those. We're going to hit Add to Gallery. There they are. We're going to hit Update. Now if we come to the front end of the site and we refresh, now when we choose, now right here also under this Variations tab, this has gone away. It's gone back to any color because we removed the toffee and we now need to replace it with brown. So we come back, we change that to brown, we hit Save Changes, we hit Update. So now once we have this updated in our variations, we can come to the front end, we can refresh it. And now when we choose a color, brown is here, and it limits it. Looking at this Attributes tab again, this is where we've got our color, our size, our gender, and our shoe type. So if any of these are misassigned, these two, this gender and shoe type, that is how the filter works on these category pages. So you can see we've got climbing here, and then you can filter for either men's or women's. If we only want to show men's, we click that. This is how that is controlled. So if I've misassigned any of these, if it's one's a men's or one's a women's, this is where you would change that for the filtering. Same for the shoe type. Right here, we've got that. This is the commute. So this is how we assign it to the overall category, whether it shows up on climbing, commuting, mountain biking, men's or women's. That's what this is. And then here under this Attributes tab, gender and shoe type, this is how we control the filtering, which is the secondary filter here on the page, okay? For the sizes, this is where the sizes are controlled. So my understanding was that the commute and the mountain biking shoes came in half sizes and that the climbing shoes only came in whole sizes. In any case, this is where this is controlled. If you need to add any sizes, you can just come right here, and here are the options. You can see the grayed out ones are already in the list. If you try to add it again, it won't let you add it a second time. It'll take it away, actually. So yeah, if you need to add a size that isn't there, I think 13.5 and 14 was the highest I went up. So if you need to add a new one, it's just like with the adding the colors here. If you need to add a new one and you don't see it in the list here, then all you need to do is come right over here and hit Add New. It gives you the option. You can add a new size to the list for selectability, and that's what is going to give you all of these sizes right here for people to choose from. Moving down to the Variations tab, these two are related. So Attributes, you can see that's where we assigned color, size, gender, shoe type. Now when we go down to Variations, the color is important down here. It's what allows us to assign the feature image. It's also where if there are differences in price, we can assign the price differently for each one of these. So On the clip versus clipless or flat versus clipless options, that's how we assigned at varying prices for each one of the variations. And again, this last tab, we already looked at it. That is how we specify the different gallery for each different color so that that switches out when the person selects a different color. Right down here is where we assign the featured product image. That's before any color is selected once you're on the product. And right down here, this is the full gallery. Again, that's with a full gallery that shows up before anybody makes any color selections on the product. If you want to rearrange any of these or get rid of any of these, like it looks like I see right here, this is a double, well, I guess this is the bottom of the white, that's the bottom of the black. But yeah, if you want to rearrange any of these, you can just drag them to the place in the list where it works best. So that's the ordering. This is where the shoe description goes. So it's sort of counterintuitive on this one. This top one would actually show up down here at the bottom. And this bottom one is what shows up at the top. So I've put the shoe descriptions so that they show up here at the top. That seemed like a better way to display it to me. And so that's where that goes, is right down here at the bottom of the form. That is most of what you're going to need in the products. So again, title, here's how you fit them into the category. Inventory, it doesn't seem like you're using, but if you decide to assign SKUs, you can do that right here. Shipping, this is where the weight and dimensions go. You don't need to worry about shipping class. Custom related products, again, that's what shows up down here at the bottom, the suggestions basically that you want to make if they decide they don't want this shoe but something else instead. Attributes is where you assign color, size, gender, and shoe type. These last two, gender and shoe type, are how you filter on the page. These others obviously are about the options that are provided here for color and size. Variations are if you need to make a difference in price between the variations. And then this SVI variations gallery, this is how you specify the separate galleries for each color. Main product image, full gallery, description. I'm going to call that done for this first video. We'll move on and show you some other things in the next couple of videos. Thanks.